This is the Kazdoy Closet. I'm Kazdoy. That's my closet full of all the stuff that I love. And today we're not going to talk about a film. We're going to talk about a mystery and how it kind of unraveled. I got a box delivered, something I never ordered. There were 20 of these packages inside the box. We're going to talk about what the box looks like, what's inside of it, and what ultimately happened to the Kazdoy couch. There were some really great sales on Blu-rays recently, so I placed a couple of orders. One was from Indicator, but I've never ordered from them directly before, so that was a new thing, and they're in the UK. So a few weeks later, I get this huge box delivered to my porch, and as you can see, this thing is barely even held together. I'm surprised it made it here, and I thought, well, that's kind of a large box. I didn't buy that many movies. I think I bought maybe 8 or 10 of them. So that's kind of weird. And then I opened it up and there's this very nice packaging. And there's 20 of these in here. And I thought, well, that's kind of an odd way to package a Blu-ray, but maybe that's how they do it in the UK. I don't know. So if you're a record collector, I'm not anymore. It's been a long time since I listened to records or collected them. You might know what that is. So I opened one of them up, and it is an album. And it's on the Blue Note label. And it's a Stanley Turrentine album, Common Touch. It's a reissue of an old album by him. And so I thought, okay, well, that's interesting. I am a big fan of Blue Note Records. It's one of my favorite jazz labels. I even did an episode about Blue Note at one point. Stanley Turrentine I'm familiar with. He's a legendary saxophone player. I saw him decades ago in a club in New York City. But I don't know why this would come to me. I don't even have a record player, but it had my name on the package and my address. And by the way, all of these in here are all the same record. It's not like 20 different records. There are 20 copies of this record. I didn't open them all, but the number is the same. This number here, too, is the same on all of these. So I thought, all right, that's really weird. I don't know if you've ever gotten a package like this mailed to you before, something you didn't order. Then I learned there's something called brushing. And brushing is when you might get something in the mail and that you didn't order, and soon after you get it, you see your name on a review, like on Amazon or something. They use your name for that item that they sent to you, which is still strange because I thought maybe they sent this to me because they saw my channel, but why would they send me 20 copies of the same record? So none of it makes any sense. So what do? So there's no packing slip. There's no letter in here. There are some labels. There's about 5 labels stuck on the side of here. Some of them are covering up with the other ones. I saw a return address, just a street address in Memphis, Tennessee, which is nowhere near me. I'm on the West Coast, but no name of the company. I Googled it, saw a map. It's just kind of like an industrial area with different warehouses there and stuff. So that wasn't much of a help. And then I thought, all right, let me go to, this is from UPS. Let me go to the UPS store. I go to the UPS store. First, I Googled the tracking number. There's a tracking number on the label. I Googled that. All it told me was that it was delivered to me. So that was no help whatsoever. I even Googled the address, like I told you. And so I take the copy of the label to the UPS store. They were no help. They were nice and everything, but they couldn't figure anything out. They said all they could tell is that the same thing that I found out, that it was delivered to me. So what do I do about this? I don't want to just keep them. I kept track of my credit card. I thought, okay, 2 credit cards. One I just use for online purchases. So I kept checking my credit card, hoping I didn't get charged for 20 of these albums. When I first got them, I looked on Amazon and it wasn't even released yet. So this is a pre-order and they were going for about $27.95 a piece. So I thought, all right, I'm not going to run out and try to sell these or anything because obviously they belong to somebody. I'm trying to be honest. So I just got off the phone with Blue Note Records, which comes under the Universal Music Group, UMG. I just learned all this 2 seconds ago. And I'm going to send them a copy of the label. I'm going to send them, there's a couple of numbers on there they might be able to use. And then they said, well, we can send you a shipping label. I said, this box is not going to make it anywhere. It's falling apart right now, just sitting on this couch. So they'll probably send somebody to pick it up. So that's it. I said, have you heard of this happening before? I could see it was sent mistakenly to another company or the wrong warehouse, but to a private citizen that has nothing to do with any of this. And he said, no, not really. So I'll keep you updated once I send them an email with the label, and we'll find out what's going on. Well, it's been 4 weeks. So 4 weeks later, I found out where these records should have gone to in Los Angeles. I'm not going to drive to Los Angeles to bring them back, but I did contact their customer service area, and he said, okay, we can send you a shipping label, but this box, which is in my car right now, is too messed up to be shipped anywhere. So that's not going to work. So I said, have somebody come pick it up. Okay, shoot me an email with your address, so on and so forth. Did that. No response. I waited, sent a follow-up email. No response. I gave him a month to come get these records. I'm tired of looking at them. They're taking up a lot of space in the house. Some people might say, go to Facebook Marketplace or go to eBay. I'm not going to get involved with any of those things. So I have a list of 4 record stores that buy used records. Even though these things are still sealed, I'm going to hit those 4 record stores. I'm going to start locally, then go over the hill into the valley and see if maybe I can sell them over there if it doesn't work out here. And let's go see what's going on. Here's our first stop. I've noticed this store on this main street, sort of this downtown area, and called Voodoo Vinyl. So I thought, well, let me start here. And never been in the store before, and it turns out they are closed. The whole inside is gutted. So let's go on to store number 2. Here we are at stop number 2. It's called Boho Records and Rags. You can see vinyl records sign in the window. I've never heard of the store. Didn't even know it existed because I don't have vinyl. So let's go in and see what they say. Just got out of Boho Records. Nice little vinyl store. Talked to the owner, British accent, older guy, nice guy, very knowledgeable. He knew who the Stanley Turrentine, the artist, was. And we talked a lot about bootleg records. And he ended up buying 1 copy of this, gave me $14 for it. So that's pretty good. I said, I have 17 more in the car if you want them. He said, well, maybe, and then give me your name and we'll see what happens. It's not a big draw. If it was Miles Davis or Lee Morgan or somebody like that, he might have bought all of them. But not that many people, at least in the States, are in the market for Stanley Turrentine albums. So we're going to go a little bit further now. It's going to be about a 15-mile drive, and we're going to hit a next store, which I have never heard of either, but let's check it out. Stop number 3 is this vinyl store, Deadly Wax. Again, I've never heard of this place. I've never been here, but let's see if they're interested. Deadly Wax turned out to be another tiny store with another very friendly person helping me, and scored a little bit better this time. They bought 4 copies of the album for $60. So I have 5 sold now. I'm up to $74. We're going to go across the valley. It's going to take a little bit. And we're going to go to our next store, a store I had actually been to a few times before. All right, we're at stop number 4, CD Trader. I have been here before. It's a much bigger store. Sometimes they can be a little gruff here, but they sell CDs, DVDs, LPs, and they buy them too. So let's see what happens here. Ironically, CD Trader was the biggest place I went to and the least successful. They gave me $8 for one copy. That was it. He said, "You want to come back when the owner's here?" Who knows when that's going to be. This is not close to my house. Now, at this point, you might be thinking, you're going to spend more in gas than you're going to get for these records. Not really. I think I'll still come out ahead, but maybe it'll pay for lunch and a tank full of gas. Who knows? And so now I'm up to $84. One more stop, I think, on this trip. Another store I've never been to before. I'm trying to avoid going to Amoeba, which is a lot more difficult. That's on Hollywood Boulevard, and that's the biggest establishment that I know of. Probably the best chance I'll have they're going to take the rest of these albums. But we're going to go down the street to another record store, and I think that'll be our last stop, and let's see what happens. Hopefully this is the last stop of the day. Hopefully they will take the rest of these records. I don't have too much confidence. This is Freak Beat Records. Let's go in and check it out. Well, boys and girls, Freak Beat Records, they are the winners. They bought every single one of the remaining 12 albums I had. He didn't flinch. He offered me $100 right off the bat. He wrote me a check, but sometimes you just have to kind of believe people. At least they're gone. Mrs. Kazdoy closet wanted me to get rid of these. They're a huge box, taking too much room. So that was quite a surprise. I did not think he would buy all of them. No questions asked. And we did get into the story about how this has happened before. Somebody came in to his store with a shipment that was meant for his store, but it came to this guy's house instead. Same music group that sent me this box by mistake. So there's our little adventure. I'm going to head home now. Maybe I'll wrap it up when I get home and wrap up this video, that is. And there's a lot of traffic waiting for me. I am starving, so I'm probably just going to stop and eat first. Let's thank you for taking this little adventure with me, and I'll have some closing remarks, I think, when I get back to the Kazdoy closet. 4 vinyl record stores later, we have a grand total of $184, if my math is correct, which it probably isn't. Battled the Southern California traffic, made it back home, made myself an old-fashioned and relaxed, and thought about what happened that day. And the people in the stores, for the most part, were very friendly, very talkative. And interestingly, the very last store where I sold the remaining 12 records, I think was the only store where the owner didn't look up the wholesale price of the records, but maybe he already knew what the price was, so he didn't have to look it up. I cashed his check, went out and got a bunch of gift cards for Christmas gifts, so everybody's happy. The box is gone. People are going to get gift cards. I had a little adventure, met some new people. All good, and life goes on. So hope you like this episode. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Leave a thumbs up. Don't leave a thumbs down. Subscribe would be great. Share this episode with your friends and neighbors. I think when you subscribe, you're supposed to click that bell notification. Somebody told me that they subscribe, but they don't get notified when new episodes are posted, so maybe you got to click that bell as well. And otherwise, thanks for watching. See you next time.